this is Austin.
Alright, so I'm going to start with a quote I kind of like. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better. That's by Samuel Beckett, and obviously it discusses failure, and failure is actually a central theme to this speech, which is kind of weird considering it's a speech about personal growth, right? Like failure is the opposite of growth, intuitively at least. But I did a lot of thinking when the speech was assigned, because the first step listed in the assignment description was to find a mission statement. And that really got me thinking a lot. Actually, I spent about as much time thinking about my mission statement as I did writing the whole rest of the speech. Because I was like, to try and put it all in one statement, that didn't come easy to me. But when I finally did come up with something, I ended up with always regret fear more than failure, which is a quote I found from a song. When I found out it was from a song, I almost rewrote it, but there. Anyway, that quote made sense to me. It's not really a single target or objective, or like a milestone. It's more like a compass versus a map of where you want to go. And it's not to say I don't have objective goals, and I'll get to that in a bit, but my goals are more subjective and more, let's call it introspective. So today I'm going to tell you where I plan to go, how I plan to get there, and why I want to get there. And before I get into my goals, I think I should start with where I am currently. Right now I'm a senior here at UMKC, and I plan to graduate in May. I spent 4.5 years at Wichita State before transferring here, and at Wichita State I was a major in engineering tech, and I wanted to transfer here into engineering. I couldn't do it because of NCAA rules and transfer credit issues, but I could write a whole other speech on that. Anyway, after I graduate here with my degree in liberal arts, which would be my second major to my double major, I have to go back to Wichita State and finish my last semester there to graduate in engineering tech. And the whole time I've been in college, I've been a student athlete on the tennis team, so athletics has always played a key, if not defining role in my life. And I spent pretty much my whole time in college thinking I was going to continue playing tennis after college, call it professionally, I guess. It's not like the guys you see on TV, I'm not that good. But I would have played around, I've gone to pro tournaments, traveled around, I would have worked on the side teaching tennis to make it happen. But last summer, I was coming off of a long list of injuries that I've had, tons of injuries throughout my tennis career. And I was finally starting to play again and get back into it. But I wasn't enjoying it. I kind of felt stuck through the whole process. Didn't really want to be where I was at the time. And after all the years of training and revolving my life around chasing a yellow ball, I was realizing I was starting to consume everything about my self-image. And I was becoming, just a tennis player named Austin, not Austin the tennis player, letting tennis kind of run my whole life. And last summer that resulted in a decent amount of obscenities, coupled with broken rackets, and some great wall decor for my room. So I set out to change this, even if that meant facing the harsh reality that my tennis career might end a whole lot sooner than I had planned on. Because I really didn't feel like I was ready to set my rackets down, but I realized that whether I was or wasn't, I needed to face that was a possibility and grow up. So that kind of left me with the ultimate college kid question: what do I want to do with my life? And somehow this landed on, from that line of thought, I decided very rapidly that getting a job wasn't in the cards. I don't think I'm ready to get a normal job yet, or what most people describe as a normal job. So this landed on me deciding to join the Navy to become a Navy SEAL and attend BUDS, which is Basic Underwater Demolition School, which is Navy SEAL training, but I'll get to more on that in a minute. Anyway, as for where I want to go, conceptually becoming a SEAL sounded great, such as learning to explore parts of my mind I didn't know existed: skydiving, leadership, T-building, it was all there. And I knew to get there I was gonna have to perpetually learn to exist outside my comfort zone. And that kind of just means one last workout, one last rep, one last set, one more thing you don't want to do during the day all the time. And some of those traits I kind of already have, some of it from playing tennis, some of it from being a student all these years, and just needed further mastery. Others I needed to start from scratch. There was things like swimming I had never done. When I first started swimming, I couldn't even make it to the end of the pool and back hardly, which is not good for a Navy SEAL, let me tell you. And then objectively speaking, I want to be a Navy SEAL, but I don't see this goal as really an end all. Like, I don't see this as like a defining goal that I want to build my whole life around and look at nothing else. Rather, I want to look at it as more of a gateway to getting skills and knowledge and life experience to help me in other facets of life. And I don't know how long I want to be a SEAL. I don't think there's any use trying to view the time as being a SEAL as quantifiable. Rather, I just want to stay there as long as I think I'm getting better from it. And well, the other side I need to look at about being a Navy SEAL is the possibility of failure, which that sounds weird to say. You say, why are you even thinking about that? But in any given Navy SEALs class, only about 30% graduate. Sometimes the dropouts are the trainees' fault. Sometimes they quit. Sometimes, any number of reasons. Other times they get injured and they get dropped. They don't get to come back, don't get a second shot. So, and what I want to get at from that is not so much that I'm planning to fail at all, but more so that if it does happen or anything like that, I don't want it to define everything about my life the way I kind of have with tennis over the years. I wanted to look at it, take a bigger, take what I learned from it if it should happen. I don't know what I want to do after I'm done being a SEAL, but I know that I'll have a lot of experience and knowledge to take with me wherever I go. And now that I've discussed where I want to go, I'll explain how I plan to get there. So the first roadblock is passing the PST. That's the physical screening test. And I'm not going to go into the whole of that, but basically, in short, I need to improve my push-ups, pull-ups, and swimming to get my desired score. And following the physical training test, I'll have to attend boot camp, and then you go to BUD/S, which is where you hear all the famous SEAL stories. I don't know if anyone's read David Goggins before, but that's where you hear all the drown tests, Hell Week, sugar cookies, and just psychological terrors. And so BUD/S is kind of the make or break moment for a SEAL. This is usually like the big hump to get over. If you can get over that, most of them do end up going on. There's more training after BUD/S, but you do end up typically going on to become a SEAL after BUD/S if you can make it through that. And BUD/S is where a class of around 150 quickly becomes about 30 by graduation time, 7 months later. And from the reading I've done, you can't really prepare for BUD/S per se. Most of the SEALs that have gone through it say it's just a painful shock that you just have to adjust to. There's no actual preparation or any way to systematically get yourself absolutely ready. You're just going to have to deal with it as it comes. But some steps I will take, of the ones I can do, is beginning to work with a SEAL mentor that's going to physically and mentally prepare me for BUD/S. And then after that, honestly, my planning is somewhat limited following BUD/S because I feel like that's such a big hump to get over. I need to keep myself nearsighted, and also what I do if I graduate BUD/S will not be entirely up to me. So with that said, there's a lot to accomplish between now and graduation, so I think it's best to keep all my vision nearsighted. But overall, I'm very excited for the journey and more than a bit terrified, and I guess that's the beauty of it. But now that I've explained where I want to be, how I want to get there, along with why I want to go there, I hope you've enjoyed my speech. Thank you.
Nice.